Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a Android TV box for you. It's the X96. You can check this Android TV box out on Amazon at the time of this review for an awesome price of $43.99. I will have that link in the description below where you guys can check it out. Now this is an Android TV box based on Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. It has 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of storage. And as we go over some of the specs on the back here, it does have an Amlogic S905X, Android 6.0. Your GPU is going to be a Penta-core Mali-450. It is capable of 4K and 60 frames per second playback. Now when I put this on my 4K TV, it was 4K at 30 hertz. It seemed to be what it would connect as on my 4K display. It is HDR enabled, so you get HDR10. So if you have an HDR enabled display, you'll be able to use that. H.265 10-bit encoding there, or decoding. You do have a wired and wireless connection on this, and it does have dual IR. It's got IR built into the box, but then it also has an IR port on the back with a cable, so you can mount this box somewhere behind your TV or wherever, and you can not have to have it in line of sight of your remote to be able to use it. So let's open this up and show you what comes in the box. You get the actual box itself, and it's super small, very easy to mount this somewhere, and there are mounting brackets. They also give you a mount in here with some double-sided tape. You've got 2 USB ports. You've got a micro SD card slot that will take up to 32 gigabytes that I've tested on it. On the back, you do have your DC in, your optical, your HD or HDMI port, full HDMI port, wired Ethernet, an AV port for outputting to, say, wired speakers, or even a headphone or sound system if you want to. Now they don't give you any cables, AV cables, so you're gonna have to supply those on your own. And there is that extra IR port, and I'll get into that in just a second. But it's great that it has dual USBs as well. Overall, they did a great job on keeping this in a small form factor. So let's get into the rest of the box. We'll get everything out real quickly. You get a basic remote. You do get this IR, and again, this will plug into that IR port, and it'll have some double-sided tape, and you can string this to anywhere you want to. So if you wanted to mount this up behind your TV, you could actually string this out, and it kind of just makes things a little bit more clean. You've got your DC plug here. This is going to be a DC 5 volt at 2 amp plug for plugging in the box. They do give you an HDMI cable, which is always welcome. And here is that bracket that I was talking about. This bracket itself will clip onto the back, and then it's got some Velcro with some double-sided tape, so you don't have to keep it mounted if you don't want to, but you've got that there, and you can mount this box anywhere you would like to by just snapping into the back and mounting the box itself. So that's actually pretty cool if you want to keep it out of the way and you don't really like the look of it. Now the remote that comes with it is a basic remote. You're going to get navigation buttons, your OK, home, back, all the things that you normally would get. You do even get a mouse button on here that will do the left click for you. You've got your app drawer, your volume up, volume down, a dedicated Kodi button, of course, play, pause, fast forward, reverse, and stop as well. So it's a basic remote. It works. It does its job. I'm a bigger fan of using a mouse and keyboard or a wired or wireless solution through your USB for a mouse at least to navigate, because it just makes things a lot easier. Now, on the user manual here, they go over some of the key features. We've gone over most of these. It is written in English, and it's well laid out. It does show you how to hook everything up if you want to do so. How to hook everything from your optical to your amplifier if you're using a home theater, and everything that way. If you want to use these, you can. In my demo, I'm going to show you all of this. This is the setup startup screen that you'll get with your the X96, and it's a very clean startup screen. I was very impressed with it, to be honest. So not a bad user guide here. Again, all written in English, very well laid out, and some useful information even with some troubleshooting and everything there. Again, running on Android 6.0 0.1 Marshmallow. So that is just the introduction of what you get in the box, what the ports look like on this very compact box, the X96. Now we're going to take it over to the demo portion where you guys will be able to see it in action, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the main screen of the X96 Android TV box, and of course this is based on Android 6.0.1, which we'll take a look at in a few moments. It's got a nice clean interface, which I really appreciate. At the top you're going to see some extras like some weather for wherever you are, and you're going to have some search options. You're also going to have over here your whether you're connected via Ethernet or wireless connection or Wi-Fi connection. Your time, of course, will be up here. You do have a big button on the left-hand side for the Google Play Store. You've got a built-in browser, but you also have Chrome, so if you're a fan of Chrome, you can use Chrome as well down at the bottom here. You do have a video and music. These are for local playback via SD card or storage on the box. You have an app drawer, you have a settings, you have a clean memory, which you can just hit once and it will clean up any open programs in the background. So you can do that. And then you've got a favorites listing here, which you can add or take away from this little favorites bar at the bottom. Right now, Chrome, Facebook, Kodi, Mobdro, a video player, Netflix, Skype, and Twitter are all on the favorites, and that's fine for me. The first thing I want to show you is the settings, and we'll go into settings, and you can check out network, display, sounds, apps, storage and reset, and about. If you go into network, you're basically going to get whether you're connected via Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and if you check that out, we are connected to my Galaxy Tech Review 2.4 gigahertz network. This is also 5 gigahertz enhanced as well, and as I take a look, I should see my 5 gigahertz network come up at some point, but we won't waste too much time on that. So then you can also go into display. Now it is an HDR enabled box as well, so if you have an HDR enabled display, you can use that. I have a 4K display that this is on, but it is not HDR enabled. So if we look at screen resolution, my current screen resolution is 4K, 2K at 30 Hertz, which is pretty much the most that this display can push out. But you'll see other ones here as well that you can use, and it has auto switch to the best resolution is what I have it set on. So you can change your screen position, screen rotation as well if you want to. If we go into storage and reset, you're going to see that we have about 11 gigabytes of that 16 gigabyte internal storage that is available to us. So that's actually pretty decent. And if we go to about the box itself, it's going to say the device name is the X96. The model is also X96, and the version of Android is 6.0.1. So you also have more settings in here: your date and your time, language, keyboard, your playback settings, your personal settings, location, security and restrictions, your accounts, that type of thing. They're all in there for you to get to through settings. If we want to check out the Google Play Store, we have full access to the Google Play Store, so if there's anything that you want to download and play on this or run as far as apps go, you can do so through the Google Play Store, which they do a really good job. I didn't have any problems accessing anything and doing updates on stuff that was already installed, so that's awesome that they did that. Mobdro is on here. It's a favorite of mine. You can use this. It does have ads on it, but it is free. You can use it for news channels. You can use it for TV shows, movies, sports, music, and a bunch of other things. If we go to shows, maybe, you know, there's a couple different shows that come up. Better Call Saul, Family Guy. So if we want to check out Family Guy, we can do that, and whatever episode of Family Guy might be running is playing on here now. And as you can see, nice smooth playback over my Wi-Fi connection, no problems at all with that. And that's Mobdro. That's just one option that you have. And of course you have Kodi as well, which is an ultimate option. They have a ton of different things that you can add to Kodi for videos, It comes pre-installed with a couple of my favorites, Exodus being one of them, and some other ones that are Kodi favorites. Music, you're going to have stuff like SoundCloud, and you're going to have World Radio, TuneIn Radio already added in, some programs that you have on here as well. If we go to videos, and we'll just check out Exodus because it's one of my favorites. Very simple and easy to use. I'll just go to new movies so that you guys can get an idea of what some of the playback will look like. How about we do Miss Peregrine's, I guess maybe we'll do. Now it'll go out and it'll look for providers, and then when you have your list of providers up here, it'll tell you whether it's in 1080p or whether it's in HD, which usually denotes 720p. Torba I usually stay away from because it asks you to pair, but let's see what happens. Sometimes it won't, and it didn't, so that's good. So this should be a 1080p stream here. So we'll take a quick look at this. Now it's in 720p. And it is Torba asking me for some weird stuff here. So again, I like to stay away from Torba as my one of my providers. I'll usually go with G-Video or you know, any of the other ones really. So let's go for G-Video real quick. And this should be a 720p stream that comes up, and it plays back very well. So as you can see, it is in 720p from the description here, and it's a nice clean picture, very nice, works very well. Don't have any problems streaming over a Wi-Fi connection, and we can jump through here to see some of the other scenes, and as you can see, it seeks very quickly and plays back very well. I don't have any problems with this working at all for Kodi. So Kodi is an excellent resource to have, and works very well on this box. So let's exit out of this here real quick and get back to our main screen. I'm sorry about the reflection that you're getting on the screen there. That might take away a little bit of your viewing experience there. But anyway, they did a great job on this. I really like the overall cleanliness of the main screen that they've got here. It's a very clean interface. There's many more things that you can get into here as well. I just went over some of the basics, but I'm really impressed with the X96 and how it's set up. You get 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, 4K capable, works very well, Kodi pre-installed and loaded with a bunch of add-ons that are excellent. I am using a wired USB mouse, by the way, to navigate. I think it's a little bit easier to do so with a USB mouse than it would be with the controller, but that's how I am on all Android TV boxes. This is definitely a winner. Very snappy, very clean interface, lots of great add-ons out of the box. The X96 is definitely a thumbs up from me. I'm going to take this back to the close of the review. I hope you enjoyed the demo. So that was my review of the X96 Android TV box. It's a 4K enabled box. It's got a very clean start screen to it and layout to it, with a lot of really good pre-installed features such as Kodi, Chrome, a lot of your social media. They did a really good job on this particular box. It's nice and snappy with its 2 gigabytes of RAM, and you do get up to 16 gigabytes of storage with 11 gigabytes usable. I think they did a really great job on the X96, especially if you have a 4K display. You're going to be very pleased with this box. For the price point that you can get it at right now, it's definitely a thumbs up from me. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments about this Android TV box, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.